Who's an example of an inspiring personality for you?
Well, obviously, there are a lot of people worth mentioning, especially those people who deal with volunteering. And recently, I've heard about Marta Levchenko. She's the founder of a charity organization called I'm the Future of Ukraine, which raises money for sick children to pay for the medicines and treatment here in Ukraine and abroad.
I see. But there are a lot of charity organizations like that one. So why her?
She started it all as a volunteer something like 10 years ago. There weren't any similar organizations or official documents at that point. What she did was simply go to villages in her region, give money, and bring food and clothes to families in need. I've also read that apart from the charity organization, she has opened Marta's Dream.
Oh, has she? Sounds intriguing. What's that?
It's sort of women's shelter where any woman in a difficult life situation with a kid or kids on her hands can come and stay as long as she needs it.
Okay, I see. And how is this place different from similar social centers organized by the government?
Well, you see, according to Ukrainian law, a woman can stay there until her child turns a year and a half. And after that, she has to leave.
That is just awful. And what if the woman has more than one child?
And that's the problem. Older kids have to go to orphanage in that case. But it's all different in Marta's Dream, but everyone is welcome. And these women in the shelter, they don't just live there and enjoy free food and stay as some people think. Most of them learn a profession that will give the opportunity to support the family in future. Marta's Dream is famous for their generosity and kindness, and Marta is a shining example of these qualities. What's really inspiring is that although she has to face a lot of challenges every day, she never gives up. She cares for every child and mom out there and does all her best to make their dreams for a happy and healthy life come true.
Can you name someone who's an inspiring example for you?
Some time ago, I found out about the good bread from good people. A 21-year-old startup Ukraine graduate, Vlad Maloshenko, opened a bakery, a social bakery.
And what is that exactly?
It's the bakery that gives jobs to people with mental disabilities or special people, as Vlad calls them.
I see, wow. And how does this work?
They work as bakers and delivery men, and they also have some teachers and supervisors who help them and control the process all the way.
I don't think I've ever heard of anything like that in Ukraine.
That's because there isn't anything like that in Ukraine. As kids, most of people with mental disabilities go to special schools, and after that, it's pretty much the end. Nobody knows about them, and as a result, nobody cares.
So, the goal of the social bakery and the social business in general is to raise awareness about the problem, to let people know and let them help.
Yeah, that too, but it's mostly about inclusion, to give special people a chance to earn money, to communicate with others, to feel that they are important and they matter. In one of his interviews for Startup Ukraine, Vlad said that he wants to open social bakeries all over Ukraine and he wants to give jobs to 100,000 people. So I really hope that he will overcome all the obstacles on the way and succeed.
Who's an example of an inspiring personality for you? Is there anyone who you admire?
Well, I guess I could tell you about a guy called Dmytro Shebetyuk. He is a traveler, a kid swimmer, a musician, and a blogger. He's one of the co-founders of the Ukrainian initiative called Dostupna UA, which tests different places in Kyiv if they are accessible for the wheelchair users or not.
Wow, how cool is that? How did he get the idea?
Well, the story goes like this. When Dmytro was 20 years old, he had a spinal injury and he lost the use of his legs. So once he and his friend, they went to a cafe which didn't have any kind of a wheelchair ramp. So what they decided to do is they wrote a complaint to the administrators, and that's when the idea was born. They started to write reviews and do vlogs about different places in Kyiv. They also have created a map where people can see if the place is accessible for the wheelchair or not.
Incredible.
Well, yeah, but that was just the beginning. Together with the Secret Ticket, they started organizing surprise city breaks for the wheelchair users, as well as participating in the development of what's called the wheelchair simulator.
Wow, tell us more about this.
Well, it's the first in the world virtual reality simulator or game where anybody can try himself as a wheelchair user. The slogan goes, try yourself in my wheelchair to see if you can get around the city or not.
It really gives you a different perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. And what Mitra is trying to do is basically to raise awareness among the ordinary people, as well as try to help the people with physical disabilities to overcome different obstacles they face in everyday life. So they think that simple things like wheelchair ramps or buses with lower floors can really help that.